Big Gold Podcast, your weekly episodic listening experience where we cover WCW Monday Nitro in its entirety.
That's right, folks. We cover everything from Jeff Jarrett smash guitars to Scott Hall being booked to hang out in bars.
Right you are, and we will be your guide through this wrestling odyssey. The voices of tomorrow, the Midwest mouthpieces, Mr. Peace, everyone, and I am Mike Ogden wishing all of you an enjoyable Monday morning.
All right, let's get to it and ring the bell. No, I'm canceling the monster. After watching the Halloween Havoc sumo, and it's just, the sumo monster truck. No, the monster truck noises have been. Only sad monster truck noises.
It was awful.
That's right, Pixar. Pick us up. We'll do a cameo as some sad monster trucks in the next Cars movie.
Oh, Cars 4. Peace and Mike's Monster Truck Madness. But by the way, what were the rules of this monster truck pull-off? Did you catch that?
So they chain the monster trucks together.
Right.
And then there's a giant barrier with...
It's like a big circle.
With charges.
Yeah, randomly placed charges.
Like this is a Japanese deathmatch exploding ring match. And you have to push both axles out of the circle.
That's all I really got was randomly placed charges and both axles out of circle. Oh, and it has to be
as boring as humanly possible.
I
think that was one of the very last rules they laid down before they went down. A quick little it's going to be boring as possible. All right, guys, get to your trucks. Let's do this.
Now, look, I love monster trucks. And for the first 30 seconds, I thought this was pretty fucking cool. Like the first 30 seconds, I'm like, all right, sick. Because I wanted to laugh at it. I was like, no, this is pretty fucking cool. And then it keeps going and going.
I mean, I love country music, but I was like, what is this boring trailer park trash monster? What is this? How do you make monster trucks boring?
Well, it didn't help they were in the rain on top of a roof.
That makes it more epic. A roof.
I don't know. It does.
But I understand there's physical limitations.
Yeah.
And even I was like, oh my God, this is like
the wheels were just spinning.
Dangerous thing I'm probably going to see all week. And this happened over 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, it was so just unbearably boring. And the commentators were doing their absolute best to put it over.
Oh, they were trying.
They were trying so hard.
And they had the monster truck, whatever guy. I don't know. He was some guy who knew monster trucks.
Yeah, some dude who knew monster trucks.
Some dude that jumped on with them from Arkansas. He's just...
It was
got Roger Anderson.
It was especially
from
funny
Little Rock,
me.
Arkansas. Says he's been watching NASCAR and been going to monster trucks for over 30 years.
My whole life, I tell you. My whole life.
His best gravy stained sleeveless shirt. He's got a half-eaten corn cob in his shirt pocket. All right, Roger, get on down here.
There's a lot of physical limitations that you need to take into account here, like the rain.
They should have kept him.
Yeah, no.
They should have made a 4-man commentary team for the rest of Nitro.
Yeah, no, there was definitely a lot that they could have done differently here, such as keeping him. I really loved, like I said, they were trying their best to keep everything together, but as the match was
are they
the commentary team was doing their best, but then as everything was like, okay, this is really fucking boring, I think somebody went on the headset and told the Giant, hey, just pop it in neutral. Just let the Hulkster have this one.
Keep that in mind that every time that you see something horrible like this from WCW, they are, as Mike said, trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
And this is what you give people when you're trying to keep it together.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good effort. And honestly, had they just pulled the plug sooner and said, hey, this is shit, pop it in neutral and let the Hulkster win.
It should have been like a 10-second thing.
Yeah, very quick. I would have taken the 30. Honestly, once I was into it and I was like, Hulk Hogan nearly gets pushed out there, and they employ the rule. It's, one set of wheels is out, not both axles, and he brings them back in. It's fucking cool. Then the charge goes off, and then they should have just had Hulkster come back and win. And that should have just been it. It could have been 60 seconds, tops, and then they do the stupid spot at the end, which we haven't got to yet, but this drags on so far too long.
Let's get to the stupid spot at the end.
So the stupid spot at the end.
Giant with the biggest case of road rage ever.
Oh, it's out of control. As soon as he loses, he storms out of his monster truck. He's just barreling over the Hulk. And Hulk is they're doing the battle. He's kind of into the fight. It's whatever. But then they get on top of the ledge and they're up 6 stories high or 8 stories high or 9 stories high, depending on who you ask that night.
15 stories?
I heard so many different fucking rhetorics that night.
Look, I mean, 2 stories is enough.
Yeah.
To die from.
Yeah, no.
If I push you off 2 stories, especially if you're 7 foot tall, you're probably gonna die.
Yeah, especially depending on how you land. Maybe you won't die. You're gonna be seriously injured. Your organs are gonna be a little liquefied.
Honestly, the more stories they make him fall from, the worse. The worse it seems when he comes back out in the main event.
Which is hilarious. They're selling it. Honestly, the commentary team does a really good job when they cut back to Hulk Hogan's like, I need help. Which
help.
I don't know why he said
it's like, help. We just watched Hulk Hogan murder a man, but he makes Turner a lot of money, so we're just going to cut over back here.
And the commentary team is somber. They're like, oh my God, guys, we just witnessed a national tragedy. And this is before the Owen Hart incident, isn't it?
1995.
It has to be before.
I want to say yes.
Okay,
yes,
so this is not in bad
Owen
taste
was
yet.
1996 or 7. I don't know. It's got to be pre.
Yeah, so it's not in
but
bad
I wouldn't
taste.
put it over WCW to book this after.
No, definitely not. But
it's got to be because Bret Hart's not even in WCW.
Correct. So yeah. So they're not doing this in poor taste yet. They're acting as surprised and shocked as they can and putting this over like he's dead.
This is poor taste.
Oh, I'm saying the commentary team is doing what they can. To save
if this isn't poor taste, I don't know what you want to think tastes good.
I mean, I do eat McDonald's 6 times a week, so what do I know?
How are you? You know what's funny is I've said it before and I'll say it again. Number one thing I really miss about being vegan isn't the food, it's the experiences. And I really miss going through McDonald's and being a trash human and getting McDonald's breakfast every morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd always be behind the other car that had pro-libertarian stickers. And I wanted to be friends, but he always just speed right off, probably to go do more libertarian things like shoot guns.
So as they're selling this whole incident here, I can't remember who asked. I believe it was Bobby. No. Maybe, yeah, I don't remember.
5 stories. I have it written down in my notes. Sorry, 5 stories.
Okay, so either way, somebody says, which side did he fall on? And Bischoff replies, well, it's a street or it's a river, so what difference does it make? Like,
that's a very big difference maker. I'd rather fall in the river.
Yes.
You know what? I don't think people understand falling into water is a great way to die.
It hurts. It's a big smack.
It will murder you. You will die.
Yeah.
But there is a way.
Between that or concrete, I'm going to pick the water. I mean, even though I don't know. Like,
coming from the very fat, unathletic man sitting in a condo right now talking about a TV show that happened 20 years ago, let me tell you how you can athletically, in a split second, save your life falling into a body of water. But no, there you have more of a chance.
Yeah, more of a chance.
You can dive in.
Yeah.
You can do something. You can't dive into a street. You can try.
Concrete swan dive.
What they should have done is really just use the 1995 graphics and had him just dive in to a just perfectly placed sewer that was open up for construction.
What they
then he comes and shows up and he's covered in seaweed and just like doo-doo and stuff like that. Just all mad, just covered in splooge. It would have been just like a Hulk Hogan movie.
Yeah.
That's basically what he did in his movies he made.
Help!
Is there a way we can edit that into the ending of every episode without getting these taken down by WWE?
I'm going to say no, just so I don't have to do that, quite frankly.
Oh my God. So anyway, cut to later. Some other notes. So, Macho Man was supposed to wrestle Kamala. I brought that up last week. Kamala actually left the company. That's why Macho Man is wrestling the Zodiac.
Oh, is that what happened
there?
Yeah,
Kamala just left the company.
Gotcha. Real quick, I don't think we mentioned now that we're 9.5 minutes in, the reason we're talking about Sumo Monster Trucks is this is Halloween Havoc 95. So that was part of the card.
Yes, this is for the October 30th, 1995.
Yeah.
Halloween Havoc.
Maybe we should edit that in earlier.
No, that's stupid. The only thing we're editing in is Hulk Hogan yelling, help.
Help!
Help! Help! Anyway, and then to go through a few more things that are just building up to this, they had Lex Luger versus Ming, and when Ming was getting the pin after bringing in the golden spike, Sullivan came in and gave Luger a tap with his foot they can only describe as when your cat's messing with its own throw up when you're getting ready. You're like, no, stop, dude. Like, and God, I hope that kick was a lot lighter. I don't want people to think like, go back and it actually was like a harder kick. People are being like, oh my God, he said, no, don't kick cats. I'm just saying he barely tapped the guy to get the DQ.
Yeah, you're just nudging him. You're just nudging them away. That's all, you're not saying kick.
Yeah, he did that. He literally nudged Luger like, dude, come on. Like, just so he could get the DQ. And I mean, it's for storyline. It's not like he came in there and tried to give a good work kick and just,
Right.
So it builds to the whole Macho Man and Luger thing. So Luger wins and we are here. Hulk Hogan doing a promo and then the big stinky from the river.
Or from the river to the wall giant.
Yeah. Come in. He really is a stinky giant now. I'm sure that river smells terrible.
It can't be great.
Nothing against the rivers of Michigan. I'm just saying.
No, look,
It's a river. It's a major city. It's gonna stink.
Yeah. Real quick, I do want to put out Bruce Buffer was the one announcing this because I forgot WCW had the legitimacy and the bank account to pay for Bruce Buffer.
It's a big stinky giant.
Yeah, it was great. Hulk Hogan's boots were fucking ridiculous.
No, he's wearing Kevin Sullivan's face paint.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous too. I was gonna mention that, but no.
Heck yeah, bro! I love Dark Lotus.
The commentary team as the giant comes out, like, is this the most incredible thing you've seen in your life? And I just sat there and said, no, it's not.
So October 29th, 1995 will go down as one of the darkest days in history. And that's when Jimmy Hart turned on his buddy, his meal ticket, Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
So he knocks down the ref and Hogan's like, what happened? And everyone in that building is screaming, Jimmy Hart did. And Hogan's like, nah, we turned my back on this guy again. So Hart clobbers him with the belt, which Hogan no sells. Because he's not going to sell for Jimmy Hart.
No, he's a
I don't blame him. So just after that is just pandemonium. So Jimmy Hart gets in the ring and then the giant starts bear hugging Hogan. And then
hold on. Before we get to the big reveal, I want to take just two comments I made here about the match before we completely go into ultimate crazy land like WCW wanted to do here. The actual match between Hogan and the Giant when he got here was this terrible game of mercy, just holding hands and just back and forth nonstop. And eventually kind of the ref gets in the way of Hogan, to which Hogan just shoves the referee.
Oh, yeah, I had that written down, too.
He just shoves the fucking ref out of nowhere, which would be a DQ.
He just got away with murder. Do you think he cares about shoving an official?
But there's no DQ.
Sorry, he just got away with an attempted murder.
I'm just saying, if WCW is not giving a DQ for shoving an official, why is WWE doing the things they're doing today?
And I was just about to make that. I was just about to say that and trying to upset you. Yeah, I feel like if there's anything involved in the Yeti, it should automatically end in referee stoppage.
Yeah. But also, Hulk Hogan pokes the eyes. Did you notice that? He's like total heel moves. He's just being a dick. He's Hulk Hogan.
He's wearing all black, dressed like Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I time checked it. We're about 13 minutes left at this point in time, and it's still really fucking boring. And then
the big old Band-Aid comes out. Yeti saunters to the ring, and then we are forced to watch the worst tan blonde gets DP'd porno that I have ever had to witness.
It was really bad.
Why would you just have the giant let go and let the Yeti bear hug him?
No, then you can't have the Yeti dry hump him.
No, that was terrible.
By the way, you mentioned the bear hug earlier that the giant had on Hogan. Did you count how long it was?
No.
I did.
Long.
6 minutes.
My God.
A 6-minute bear hug.
7 feet tall of used toilet paper and a big stinky giant. Bear hugging America's hero.
Yeah, it was atrocious. I hated every second of this.
So Luger and Macho Man come out and Luger finally attacks Savage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all saw this coming.
No. Yeah.
The only person not seeing it coming is Sting. Sting is so dumb.
You said Luger attacks Savage. You mean
No, Luger attacks Savage.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
He finally does the heel turn. Yeti is still dry humping. It's still getting it in. And then Luger racks up Hulk Hogan and then racks up Savage. And the ref says the giant won, but it's a DQ. This whole thing has more crap than 20 minutes after Sunday breakfast.
Yeah, this was a shit show. Like, I mean, I can't.
This was not as pleasant as Punch.
No, between this and the monster trucks, like
this is like finding a missing tooth in your morning tea, and you're not missing a tooth.
No, I can't even. We've been waiting for this since September 11th, 1995. We're on episode 9. This is episode 9 of the Big Gold Podcast. We've been talking about this since episode 2. We've been talking about Halloween Havoc and all of this buildup and everything that's going to happen, and this was the payoff.
Halloween is canceled.
Yeah, no, it's over.
Sorry, everybody. I was excited too. I've been seeing all kinds of Universal horror movies. We went and saw Creature from the Black Lagoon. Went and saw them. Nope. Stop it. Nope. I have tickets to go see my favorite movie, The Exorcist.
Nope.
30th.
Stop it. Nope.
No, I have to give them back.
Yep. Gotta give them away.
I've got a pumpkin here because I have things on the desk
here,
for the podcast. No, don't touch the pumpkin.
Give me
it. No,
give
stop it. No. I like pumpkins more than just 1 month out of the year.
That's true.
I'm not a farming poser. I'm just goofy about gourds.
Oh my God. Root vegetables, love them.
Something else that is goofy. Sergeant Craig Pittman on my TV again.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
Okay, before we get into that, we have
versus the greatness that is Eddie Guerrero.
Yes, hold on. So we're transitioning now. That was a clap to say we're transitioning. Also because I have the clap. I don't have the clap. But we're now doing Nitro because that was 15 minutes of Halloween horror, havoc, awfulness. You're terrible at these today. Nitro, 10/30, 1995 in
Dayton, Ohio, our backyard,
right?
10 minutes down the road.
I guarantee you we knew at least 15 people in that audience.
Probably.
Guaranteed.
Most likely.
I bet my dad had a babysitter for me.
Probably.
He probably went. He was like, fuck him.
You let me get in that ring, and I'll show that jerk-off Sergeant Craig Pittman how to do an arm breaker.
I know he would have left my mom at home because this is a fun story for you guys. I've been wanting to get this off my chest. So this past week, we record these a week in advance. AEW had their Dynamite showing on Wednesday, and I don't have cable.
Coffee tables be damned.
Oh, be damned. I don't have cable, so I couldn't watch it here. I go over to my parents' place because I'm like, hey, you guys got cable? You still pay for that outdated crap. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to watch this wrestling show.
That's the man who has to go and watch it at his parents. Oh, you guys still pay for cable? Ha! What maroons? You guys care if I come over and watch my new neckbeard wrestling thing later?
Hey,
Can I stay here in the basement for like 5 to 10 months?
Look, I don't have any AC, Mom. Can I stay here with you?
Oh my God, I am so happy. Anyway, continue with your...
Yes. Anyway, so 2 minutes of modern wrestling. My mom has to come and sit down and watch the new wrestling program with me. She's like, why do you keep doing this wrestling thing every week? I got to see what you guys are doing. And I was like, Mom, it's not a wrestling thing. It's not a phase.
This is AEW, okay? This is real.
Yeah, anyway, so she's watching a match with me, and I didn't realize how much she hated wrestling because, man, she could not even tolerate any amount of anything that was happening. And I'll admit, it was not a very good match which we were watching, but it was, oh, man. Why are they doing this to each other? Do they not know this is scripted? Why is anybody watching this? Mom, you gotta suspend your disbelief. No. This is stupid. I'm not watching any of this with you. Mom, you don't have to. You sat down with me. Why are you watching this?
Now, if Jim Cornette booked a wrestling show, I bet your mom would like it.
I bet she would. Yeah.
So you're telling me I'm terrible. You just flash forward to 2019.
Yeah.
We're still on TNT in 1995, buddy.
Yeah.
In Dayton, Ohio.
It's the same deal.
Yep.
Hera Arena, maybe?
Ooh, I didn't look up it's gotta be Hera Arena.
It looked like Hera Arena.
Speaking of monster trucks, Hera Arena.
Oh my God, every Sunday. Sunday.
This is dragging us deep in the member berries.
Oh my God, that's all this was.
We've got to clean up afterwards. The Dayton Bombers are going to come in, have a game here in a few weeks.
Oh man. They opened the show and Mongo tried speaking and we couldn't hear him, and I thought it was a fucking blessing.
No.
So somebody kept his microphone down, but then they turned it back up.
He's got his dog wearing a witch hat and bat wings, best dressed. Best dressed for the rest of the year. Pepe gets best dressed. You dress up a dog and you bet your butt I'm going to be excited.
I'm not interested.
Too bad. Doesn't matter.
I don't want.
Who's your best dressed?
I don't even
Randy
remember.
Savage Savage wasn't even on this episode.
No,
you probably
he
still would have gave him best dressed.
Yeah, no. I don't know who I gave it to, but I never give a dog best dressed because you should never dress up a dog. I hate that.
Man, I'm so split on that.
I hate it. I
feel like it's against them because if they wanted to wear clothes, but maybe they do want to wear clothes. But then I'm not getting into this right now. This is going to be 30 minutes of me debating whether it's animal abuse and dress up dog, which it's not. But it's like, how do you know he wants to wear that?
He doesn't.
Maybe he wanted to be Frankenstein's monster for Halloween.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Who fucking knows?
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Maybelline doesn't sponsor us. You know, it's the good, hardworking folks down at Home Depot.
Lowe's! It's Lowe's, damn it. Get your apron on, boy. Anyway, Sergeant Craig Pittman comes down to the ring.
Talking about people who work at Home Depot now. Sergeant Craig Pittman.
Oh,
strutting his thing.
Yeah. Jesus, you're
forever stuck in 1973. It's Sergeant Craig Pittman.
Did you notice they called him Pitbull Pittman? They called him Sergeant Craig Pitbull Pittman.
The only pitbull I want to see put to sleep.
Pitbull, I only make Latin trap party music, Pittman.
Please stop. So Pittman is just playing around with Eddie this entire time. He's kind of, I don't want to say it's disrespectful, but man, this is just not, you know.
No.
He's making Eddie put his work in.
It's literally the greatest versus the worst ever.
Oh, no. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry just to be so down in the dumps and not very descriptive, but there's just really a wet fart.
I've got some notes here.
A wet fart and a dry sneeze to start off this awesome Nitro after they just showed.
I don't know. Look, so Eddie Guerrero, for one, Dayton, Ohio has always loved Eddie Guerrero, at least since 1995.
Everyone in the world loves Eddie Guerrero.
Yes, he does.
Yes, but the Midwest hold a special place in the heart for Eddie Guerrero.
They loved him tonight. Lots of power suplexes from Pittman. Pittman was really showing off his strength here.
They said Pittman was using his Greco-Roman style because, boy, that's action-packed.
Yeah, it really much is.
I don't want to see anyone mat wrestle unless it's Guerrero or Benoit,
Angle,
or Malenko, Regal.
Yeah, Lesnar can do it too.
Well, yeah,
he could.
Shelton Benton. Yeah, I don't want to see
Chad Gable,
Sergeant Craig Pittman get in there and just try it. No,
no. Eddie was making him look like $1 million as best that he could with all of these hard suplexes. Every suplex lands, Eddie starts bumping and selling like crazy. He's doing his best to make his opponent look good because it makes him look good when he gets the win.
Only Craig Pittman could make me want to fast forward an Eddie Guerrero match.
I was into it because it's Eddie Guerrero, and Sergeant Craig Pittman is not good here. He really isn't. But Eddie makes it look
good.
Like Eddie does his best to make it look acceptable.
He makes spare change look like a $20 bill.
This still does look better than when William Regal or Steven Regal at the time had to face Bill Goldberg in a 5-minute match. This looks better than that.
You should have just started shooting on him though, just like Regal did with Goldberg.
Yeah, no.
So while this match is going on, they're bringing up their next pay-per-view. It's going to be World War III. You ready for this? How many men? 60 men, 3 rings, in a battle royal. Is that
seriously what's happening?
Yeah, World War III.
I missed this somehow. I didn't even write this down.
I used to love World War III as a kid.
This sounds like it's going to be a fucking mess.
It's going to be an atrocious mess. It's going to be messier than my plate at Thanksgiving.
Ooh, that's pretty messy.
Yeah, not to jump holidays.
That's all we're going to do.
We're still in October here. It's still spoopy season here.
I mean, to be fair, we're ending it on this episode, so I think we can start looking towards November.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm giving thanks for when Mongo McMichael goes off my TV screen. Up next, Scott Norton versus Shark promo. Stupid is what I wrote down for this.
Oh, wait, hold on. Eric said the Clintons were watching Halloween Havoc last night, and I really wish Sergeant Craig Pittman had information that would lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
That was such a weird comment. That whole commentary moment got bizarre.
No, the whole thing is bad. Pittman did a diving bump that made me want to bob for apples and bleach. It was just with my eyes wide open. Thank God Eddie got the pin.
Yeah, no. It was a surprise win, too. It looked fine.
But after that atrociousness, here comes a real Matt classic.
Jesus, this was, I don't know. Shark had the big belly to belly. Scott was, he got a big, massive scoop slam. It was fast-paced and hard-hitting, but
this has been a hot feud, man. For a month and a half. And we totally forgot about it.
If they didn't come out of the gate as hard hitting as they did, this would have been such a milk dud in your cereal bowl.
This match sucks so bad. Bobby Heenan just left.
He did. Just picked up some money.
I have never been more envious of a person than in that moment when Bobby Heenan was just like, "No, I'm not watching this."
Yeah, it was so. They cut to him with an Asian businessman, and at the time I wrote down the most attractive woman in Dayton in 1995. But then they kind of do a double take, and I was like, you know what? I don't think so anymore. But at the time, I thought so. I don't know. There was a double count out, more bell and brawl. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, even before that.
It was fucking stupid.
Norton, they talk about how Norton is an arm wrestling champion. He doesn't really, that's great. Like, we're having a wrestling match. So Norton comes off the top rope and comes within an armpit hair of the Shark.
Yeah.
He barely touches him. And this, you said he is having the boss style sit down with the Japanese businessmen with babes and bottles. I know I give Bobby Heenan a lot of crap for this era of his commentating. Sometimes he's phoning it in. Even in this episode, he flubs a lot. It's not, but there's a point where they shake hands. He gives Bobby the envelope full of money, and Bobby's not wearing a jacket. So he just undoes a button on his button-up shirt and just shoves the envelope in. And then he picks up a fork and smells something, and he's like, ugh, and then throws it down. And then when he turns back to talk to the person he's having the meeting with, he's chewing. He's like, this is really good. Great stuff by Bobby Heenan. That was probably the most entertaining thing in the first 20 minutes of this show.
I don't know. I didn't care for this segment. I thought it was really stupid, especially since there's not really any payoff for it at
There's
all.
no payoff for the Shark versus Norton either.
There's no payoff for anything. It's Dayton, Ohio. We never get the payoff we deserve.
Norton takes Shark up to the big WCW sign and lightly taps his head on the sign.
Against the steel frame WCW logo.
Just barely. It's not even a graze. I don't even know if he really touched it. I know it's me being in wrestling, no, he didn't even really touch the sign. This was just terrible.
You definitely should call out shit like that, though, because it looks dumb. When
you're taking, I want to lick your pec, Scott Norton, doesn't mean you can't actually not pretend to throw a man into a big sign.
Yeah, this segment was stupid. Moving on, because
Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, Tony Schiavone. Schiavone. I've heard it pronounced 3 different ways since the AEW fucking...
Tony Gary Schiavone. Sharon. Van Halen 3.
He's out there discussing Flair and Sting. The photos they had, they were like, look at these photos from last night. Everything looked like it was taken by a potato.
Look at this photograph!
Every time I do it makes me laugh.
But yeah, it's just... So the whole thing is that Arn and Pillman attacked Flair before the match, and Flair's got a piece of the Yeti's ring attire right on his forehead.
Yeah.
And they come out, and Flair's not there. It's Sting in a handicap match with Pillman and Arn. Flair comes out, total swerve. We all saw this coming. Everyone saw it. Everyone in the building, everyone in the stratosphere, everyone ever saw this coming except for Sting.
Sting doesn't seem to understand.
Sting doesn't see anything.
No. It's all the makeup.
He's wearing a bunch of face paint. How can you expect him to see?
No, he can't.
So Brian, Arn, and Flair in the ring. Pillman says that carnage brought us one step closer to this and does the 4 horsemen hand sign. Awesome. This promo is great.
Pillman is flames on the mic.
Him and Flair are having the time of their life.
Yeah, no, this whole promo fucking rules. I was super into this. Real quick, when Rick was announced and he started walking to the ring, there wasn't a single Daytonian in their fucking butts and seats. They were up on their feet, jumping. No, I mean, they were into this. So.
We have to remember, this is a big deal. The Horsemen haven't been around since mid to the end of 1993.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was, at the time, I think, Ole and Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, and Paul Roma. So it's the worst, until Mongo McMichael gets in there, the worst incarnation of the 4 Horsemen. And it only ended, apparently, because of Arn Anderson getting stabbed over in Europe by Sid Vicious with the scissors.
That sounds like Sid Vicious.
Yeah, that sounds like a good reason to end the 4 Horsemen.
Yeah.
I get that. That's okay.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
But Flair says Sting is like a lot of women they deal with and then just goes into a rambling promo that has nothing to do with what he just said. But it was great.
No, it's Ric Flair.
They could have came out and read the back of the Jiffy cornbread box and it would have been great. Anything these guys said is just going to be great because they're coming out. Flair and Pillman are just goofing around, having a good time. Anderson is all business. The 4 Horsemen are coming back together. I got to give this a thumbs up. This was awesome.
No, this was...
After just these 2 and I hate to say an Eddie Guerrero match.
The Eddie match was not atrocious. You're giving it too much because you don't like Sergeant Craig Pittman.
No, it was atrocious.
It wasn't.
It was bad.
It was okay.
Was one of the... Okay.
No, it wasn't.
If the Shark and Norton hadn't just taken a giant poo-poo on my screen, it would have been one of the worst Nitro matches we've seen.
No, not even close.
So close.
I wouldn't even put it in the bottom
I'd rather
10.
watch the Sting versus Shark again.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, that's right. Shut up.
Here's the thing. That match at least ended entertainingly.
Roll up your sleeves. He's rolling up his sleeves right now. He's about to go in on me.
No, it's fucking hot.
You're going to have to beat me up until the referee stops this.
God, what a disaster that was.
Yep.
Oh, man. Last week.
You know, it was even more of a disaster.
What's that?
The Eddie Guerrero Sergeant Greg Pittman match.
It's not. It's
terrible.
Fine. It is fine. It's an acceptable match.
Greg Pittman is the worst WCW wrestler of all time.
And Eddie Guerrero balances it out.
If you think there's somebody worse, no, that's like saying, hey, you know, I've got this 20-year-old cat turd, but if I just, you know, flipping some Hooters barbecue,
hold the fuck
some
up.
Hooters hot
Shut
sauce,
the fuck up. If
it'll
if I give you a $100 bill that has cat turds inside of it, that $100 bill is still fucking good, and you can still spend it.
It still stinks.
It still stinks, sure.
Still stinks. Yeah,
and
I
is that
wanted
your
to get it
problem? Once you get rid of it,
away from me.
Once you get rid of it, and you get whatever you want out of it, doesn't matter.
You could have your opinion. It goes down as probably it's not as bad as Shark versus Norton.
It's not
because it has Eddie Guerrero.
It's not as bad as Lex Luger versus Ric Flair week 1. It's nowhere near as bad as that.
They didn't have Lex. It was Sting versus
Sting. Excuse me. Yeah, thank you. That's what I meant with Sting.
No, that match was at least exciting.
No, it wasn't. It was horrible.
It was.
This was no. Anyway, look, we're moving on. We're gonna be here forever. Harlem Heat got their titles back. Apparently, why the fuck did they lose them in the first place?
Good.
What was up with that? Because remember Saturday they had the rematch against American males.
American males. American males. American males.
Yeah, well, they got their fucking titles back. It's been like 3 weeks. I don't know why they ever had them lose it in the first place. That was just heat off of them they didn't need. It was stupid.
Is that a joke there? They took the heat off Harlem Heat?
Yes.
You're so stupid.
That was. It wasn't intended, I'll admit.
Oh my God.
Sabu!
Disco Inferno. East meets West.
This is big. This is my favorite.
West meets more West.
Yeah, this is fucking great. I loved every ounce of this. This was awesome.
I wanted to add, also, real quick before we get into this match.
Oh, Disco got my best dressed, by the way.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Disco.
Next week they're having, they're saying the fans, I don't know how real this was. If this is like a legit Taboo Tuesday kind of thing. Anyway, they're saying the fans will pick the matches in the Red Locker Room. You have Big Bubba, Scott Norton, Ric Flair, The Shark, the Blue Bloods, Ming, and Diamond Dallas. And then in the Blue Locker Room, I think I just said, yeah, that was the Red Locker Room. Sorry. In the Blue Locker Room, you'll have Savage, Sting, Jim Dugan, Johnny B. Bad, and the Nasty Boys.
Yeah.
And I would like to have Mongo in the Blue Locker Room and then a wood chipper in the Red Locker Room. And I would like the fans to pick that match.
Well, we'll see if...
and a loser loses their mortality match.
We'll see if 20 years down the line, if
I guess
got to
lose their
unplug.
mortality would make him immortal. God, did I just make Mongo McMichael immortal?
You did. It's canon now.
No!
It's canonical.
No! It's not!
Mongo's here forever.
No!
You fucking idiot.
No!
That's what you get.
This is what I get for practicing the black arts.
You've activated my trap card. Peace. Now I live forever in the Shadow Realm.
Banished to the Shadow Realm. No. Yugi, help me!
Yu-Gi-Oh references instead of Seinfeld references.
Oh man, are we there now?
That's where we are.
Oh.
We're just shit posting on the internet at this point.
We're soup posting. I'm gotta focus.
Anyway.
I'm shifting into soup mode.
This episode's stupid.
Disco Inferno. How do you feel about Disco Inferno?
I love Disco Inferno.
Okay, not now.
Oh.
Because right now he's a joke. He's got the... Have you ever heard Disco Inferno talk like on Conan's podcast?
No, I don't listen to Conan's podcast. I listen to the Big Gold podcast.
That's fine. Yeah, we don't listen to Conan's podcast. Someone who's been in the business for 30 years.
I don't.
But no, like no heat on Conan, but the worst part of his... He's a legend. The worst part, and God, I want to go to Mexico someday, so I really don't want to have any sort of anything with Conan, even though he doesn't even care who I am.
I've just never listened to his podcast.
No, but if you would hear Disco Inferno has the best Kermit the Frog voice ever. And I'm not saying that he does a Kermit the Frog voice just when he talks. And that was more Yoda. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I can't do a Kermit the Frog voice.
Hello there. Kermit the Frog here. I'm here to talk to you.
Great.
Yeah, no.
But no, he sounds just like Kermit the Frog. But anyway, not how you feel in 2019. If just watching everything just basing on everything that you've watched in these episodes of Nitro that he's on, how do you feel they're doing with the Disco Inferno character, the things he does? Do you want 5-year-old me's opinion, or I just want your opinion now as a man?
Okay.
Not based off the Disco Inferno that you've been watching.
I got you.
How do you feel they've been doing the character?
I love
off these past 8-9 episodes.
Love it.
I think they're doing good with him.
I love it. Yeah.
He doesn't, I feel like they know if he, and it seems that at this point he's very limited in a lot of his moveset and stuff like that, but he does seem to be getting better each time I see him wrestle. Mm-hmm. He's hilarious. He's obviously a comedy character, but it's never, I know when he came out and did all that stuff with like Norton and Road Warrior Hawk, we kind of poo-pooed on that, and that's fine.
It's fun though.
But that was stupid because they didn't have to, sell us, or was it Big Bubba? I forget whatever match that was.
Here's the thing. The reason it was,
I think it was Big Bubba and Road Warrior Hawk.
The reason it was stupid is because it interfered with the match. It wasn't,
and I wanted to see Big Bubba come out and take on Road Warrior Hawk. And
right.
That one was a big old really Hoss match.
Now, when he was just out there and he was dancing and then he got beat up and sent away.
Yeah. Whatever. And he's out there dancing while the guys come out. Eddie Guerrero's telling him to get lost. Like,
yeah, that's funny.
I'm enjoying Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
But he's not goofy enough to the point that he couldn't squeak out a win and you wouldn't be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, well,
he's not just a perennial nerd.
Well, and he's not a development level wrestler. He is, I'll say he's probably a little green here. He's not the greatest person I've ever seen in the ring. He's not putting on 5-star classics, but he can move. He can work. Yep. He knows his positioning. He knows where he needs to be when he needs to be there. He's doing good in the ring. I have no qualms with that whatsoever. Right
now, he is a sheep being led to a wolf. A wolf named Sabu. I saw this and I was like, my God.
Did you see that massive right hand that Sabu dropped on him?
Dude, it was awesome when Sabu just dove right for him. I'm loving Sabu in WCW. And I mean, I'm a huge a mark for ECW and stuff like that. But I really I wish Sabu could have stuck, and they would have ruined him. But I do like that he's like this big special attraction that he really plays into you don't know what's going to happen here on Monday Night Nitro. What crazy crap is Sabu going to do?
Well, he doesn't show up often. It's every 2 to 3 weeks we've seen him so far.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, overall, this match is it's a brilliant pairing between the two because you couldn't have farther personalities from each other. And Disco was whipping Sabu around the ring kind of a bit there. He was getting his offense in there.
Sabu got that big springboard double drop kick. That was awesome.
That was really good. And Dayton, to nobody's surprise, loves Sabu to no end.
Yes.
I mean, but here's, obviously everybody loves Sabu. Yes. Dayton people and Michigan people, especially, like all of Ohio and all of Michigan love Sabu on like a personal level.
He's
like
from Bombay, India.
Yeah.
He's right up the street.
Yeah, Michigan. No, he's not far. And he's a homegrown boy as far as we're concerned because Michigan people and Ohio people don't seem to know the difference between the two states. Unless it's Ohio State versus Michigan.
I was about to say, you would say the dumbest thing ever.
Unless it's collegiate fucking football, they don't seem to know the difference.
No.
It's the same place.
I don't want Ted Nugent being from the same state as me. Just on a personal level.
Yeah.
I can go and watch Ted play, Great White Buffalo, but I don't want him being from I don't want him going to the same Whole Foods as I go to.
I'm just trying to claim Insane Clown Posse at this point. I'm just trying to claim
you want it so bad.
Somersault leg drop for the win from Sabu here.
After Disco missed the big splash.
Yep.
Sabu attacked Disco and just tries to go and take him to the floor, but Disco just like walls him and Sabu just falls and drops right on his neck. And Heenan's like, oh, he hurt his neck. He's probably happy about that. Bobby Heenan could put over Sabu like no other.
Honestly,
Same with Bischoff.
I'm not trying to say it's easy, but as long as you just say, well, this man's fucking crazy. I bet he's having a blast out there. Like,
yeah. So Disco's worried about his hair. Another great little perk.
Oh, it's
Disco is playing this character to a T.
Well, and that's the thing. It's a character. He's worried about his hair. He's really selling that everything he does, he's touching his hair every 10 seconds. It doesn't matter what's happening.
He knows how to add the almond milk to the coffee at just the right point.
Yeah, just where it needs to be.
But I just want to say, when he's walking up the ramp and Sabu running from out of nowhere like a mile away with the table was the most hilarious thing ever. Because he's just running and Sabu's just like, yeah, I bet this friggin' table's going to mess up your hair. He's running full blast with a full size folding table. It was just, I was dying.
Oh, it's awesome.
I had to rewatch that. I spent more time rewatching that than I did watching the entire episode. Well, just rewind.
I rewound the early massive right hand I talk about. I love the table, by the way, doesn't break.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking great.
Oh no, Disco lifts up and Sabu just cracking all his vertebrates on the table.
It's awful.
And then gets up and just starts destroying the ringside area. He is playing his uncle's same gimmick of the Madman to a T.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's sad that I know this is going to come to an end soon because Sabu, if this is 1995 and in 1995, this was one of the big things. why I was tuning in, why I love tuning in, and if it was still going on, why I would have loved to keep tuning in.
Absolutely.
Speaking of sheep to wolves, Luger and Ming with Jimmy Hart and the Taskmaster versus the American Males.
So
I would actually want to see Jimmy Hart and Kevin Sullivan take on the American Males.
That would have been a more fair fight. So when they announced Lex and Ming, I didn't realize this was going to be a tag match. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or what. I just heard them say Lex and Ming, and I immediately wrote down boring because I do not want to see another Lex and Ming match. And I see them walking out together, and I'm like,
I love Ming.
But the match that I had last week was fucking horrible. Or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was.
The match they had at Halloween Havoc was okay.
I didn't watch it.
I know you probably didn't watch it. No. It was all right. I skimmed through it. I'm not going to sit there and watch, I don't get sponsored by Home Depot yet. I'm not going to watch a whole 4 hours of wrestling a week on top of the horrible wrestling I have to watch from WWE on top of it. Plus, now I've got to watch TNA and New Japan, and I've got another company. It's all this wrestling.
10 hours a week, bare minimum.
Dude,
more than your
literally,
job.
there is just so much wrestling. I have to break up with my fiance and give my child away.
That's what you got to do now.
To devote my whole time to watching wrestling and talking about it on the internet and on podcasts.
That's why people need to start dodonating to the Patreon. We still haven't set up, so we can do this for a living.
We haven't set it up at all.
I don't know why. It's been 4 weeks.
Put $1 in an envelope and just write Florida on it. Even though we're in Ohio,
Lowe's gift
somehow
cards.
You'll get it. Send us I want Home Depot gift cards.
Lowe's
sucks.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, if I'm gonna shoot from the hip, brother, would way rather go to Home Depot and see that orange. Anyway, my God.
No, we're here's the thing. We're saving you guys so we don't have to talk about this fucking pure hell of a match.
Worst dressed has to go to the American Males because the back of their vests look like your mom did some really crappy icing writing on a birthday cake for you.
Yeah.
It's just American Males and a squiggle at the bottom. Terrible. Worst dressed
fucking
forever.
horrible.
I sentence you to burn in hell.
The fashion police are a much better version of the American Males.
Oh, bar none.
Yeah.
Tyler Breeze.
And Fandango? My boys.
Tyler Breeze is a better wrestler than millions of clones of Scotty Riggs and Marcus Bagwell.
Yeah. No, this is, I don't know. This is bad.
Heenan says that the American Males, when they're not wrestling, they work part-time spraying cologne on people in department stores. Big ups to Bobby Heenan. He really did. I know.
You flip-flop on this so much every fucking episode.
He did flub a lot in this episode, but when he is on, he is on. It's hard to just be like, oh, Bobby. For the most part, Bobby Heenan in WCW, not to disrespect the man, a lot of it is phoning it in. But when he really needs to be there, I feel like he's there.
I'm not proud of the 0.5 batting ratio. That's all I'm saying.
But that promo on Hulk Hogan a few weeks ago was money.
Yeah.
That was great.
Sure.
I know you didn't like the stuff with the businessmen at dinner. Great.
No, it was awful.
Great physical comedy. Like,
that didn't need to be there.
This right now, it's just funny. Like, Bobby Heenan, I will say he's not the best, commentator we're having right now. He's the best commentator ever to me, and WCW is not doing his best work. But I do feel like when they need him to be there, he's there.
Yeah,
he does flub a lot. That may be 50-50 to you, and you may not like it, but there is a lot of great times. He is one of the only entertaining things in some of these matches.
Yes, I'm not going to say that's incorrect.
Sergeant Greg Pittman is terrible.
Yes, he is. Eddie Guerrero is not. Anyway, God, you know what is terrible, though, is this fucking match. This match is awful. Real quick, I wrote down, I don't know why I wrote it down here, maybe you'll have some insight. I wrote down in the middle of this match, Johnny B. Bad is TV title champ beating DDP at the pay-per-view. Did they talk about that for some reason? Did they show something in the middle of this match?
I don't think so. I was just more worried about if Sting actually used full force when he hit Scotty Riggs, that Riggs would have pooped out his spinal cord. My God. Your dad, I've seen old pictures of your dad. Your dad used to have Scotty Riggs hair.
Yeah. Ming's chops, by the way, are just completely...
That's what I'm saying. My God.
Oh, his chops are ridiculous, but his flips are dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
He about killed himself with that fucking flip there.
He comes in when Luger... at a certain point, he just knocks Scotty Riggs out. He just knocks the sandwich bread between his teeth out. Scotty Riggs is just done. He is a corpse now. His mind was back in first grade trying to find the burnt sienna crown. It was just done.
Burnt sienna.
Bagwell gets to tag, and he actually runs in and just starts riding on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jimmy Hart distracts the ref. Why they tagged out Scotty Riggs. Wait, no, they didn't tag out. Sorry, it's just this whole match is just friggin' confusing.
No, it's a fucking mess.
Yeah. Jimmy Hart's distracting the referee. Riggs, while Bagwell is in, comes in and drop kicks him. So then Bagwell gets the pin on Luger, but the ref doesn't see it because it was Jimmy Hart. And then Ming comes in and, Flip does something. Anyway, God, this match is just terrible.
No, it was fucking
There's a
horrible.
lot of really trash wrestling on here.
Yeah.
Like, look, people, I have notes. This match is just like...
It's a fucking...
But anyway, Luger got him up in the torture rack and got the win.
Yeah. That was fine, I guess. Then we come back.
I always pop for the torture rack.
Yeah, I like the torture rack. It never looks bad. When Lex Luger does it, at least. Anybody smaller than him, it looks stupid, but Lex Luger's got those gigantic shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
Then we come back, and this is the end of the episode. Mongo silly stringing, and that's top tier. I'm all about that. I love
that is S tier.
Yeah.
Mongo right now.
No, that put him over in my eyes there.
He's celebrating that I just gave him immortality.
they,
he knew 20 years. He was like, ha ha. He's staring at me into my soul behind those sunglasses, Spring Bobby, and he's like, ha 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 ha. Trick or treat. I'm like, ah.
Then they show the video package from Halloween Havoc the night before with the Yeti coming out, which we already discussed. I skipped all of this. I'm going to watch next week. I'm going to just put it out there now. I would watch next week.
Hold on, because this wasn't terrible. A lot of it was. But Jimmy Hart saying, everyone wants to know why I turned on Hulk Hogan. Maybe I'll put it in my book.
Oh, was there extra stuff that they talked about?
Yeah, he says, maybe I'll put it in my book. Maybe I'll tell you next week. But Kevin Sullivan did say, Hogan, you have evil in your house. And he said Hulk Hogan is his past, Giant and Lex Luger are his future. And it's good to see see Luger in full heel mode right now.
Right.
Because I will always say, and I doubt anyone will ever disagree with me, that Lex Luger works best when he is healing it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, oh my God. Giant says, Sullivan is having a seizure during all of this. He is just laying on, did you see that? Laying on the ground, flopping like a fish out of water. Giant says, do what you want. Say what you will. No one's knocking this giant off this hill. And next week, Giant will defend his belt.
Yeah, that he just took.
So shouldn't he be facing Lex Luger for that? Since Luger won the Macho beat, shouldn't Luger...
It's a fucking mess. What do you want me to tell you? It's a fucking mess.
My goodness.
No, I'm going to watch next week because I need to see how they try to undo this whole fucking nightmare that they've put themselves into.
I'm watching next week completely.
Yeah. It's not, this was honestly nowhere near the worst episode I've ever seen. It's got some bad shit on it. But
this is a pretty bad episode.
No, you just have bad taste. That's all.
No, the Ming and American males,
that was awful.
Ming hit people was all right. That was bad. Shark and Scott Norton was bad.
That wasn't that bad. It wasn't great.
No, it was terrible.
And Eddie Guerrero did his best to put, make Sergeant Craig Pittman look okay. This was fine.
The best part of this episode was the Four Horsemen promo.
Absolutely. Yeah,
100%.
that's not even,
okay, we can agree on that.
Of course.
And I'm still going to turn in next. Oh, there's Sabu and Disco Inferno. We forgot about
great.
that.
I like that too. Yeah.
Besides that, and Bobby Heenan's just physical comedy. I'm not.
And Mongo with a silly string.
Yeah, because I just gave him God. That man's going to be alive forever now.
That's canonical.
I'm sorry. America. I'm sorry. The rest of the world. I'm sorry to the good folks at Home Depot.
Woes, damn it.
Sorry to everybody in Dayton, Ohio.
I'm not. We deserve this.
You deserve it.
You deserve it.
You deserve it. You know what we deserve?
What's that?
To be done talking about this atrocious episode.
I agree. I think we're going to wrap it up here. I think I'm going to start playing the music here. Thank you once again for listening to us, not watching us, as I always say, for some bizarre reason. Thank you once again. We love you from the bottom of our hearts. Is there any final words you want to say?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.